ਤੇਰੀ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਜਾਗਾ ਰਾਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੋਕ ਨਾ ਪਾਵਾਂ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਗੰਦੀਆਂ ਬਰਸਾਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਰੇ ਗਿਣ ਗਿਣ ਯਾਦ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਜਾਗਾ ਰਾਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੋਕ ਨਾ ਪਾਵਾਂ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਗੰਦੀਆਂ ਬਰਸਾਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਓ ਹੋ ਹੋ ਓ ਹੋ ਹੋ ਓ ਹੋ ਹੋ ਓ ਹੋ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਤੇਰਾ ਤੜਪਾਵੇ ਓ ਹੋ ਹੋ ਓ ਹੋ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਤੇਰਾ ਤੜਪਾਵੇ You know, this is a really funny song, and the reason I say it's a funny song is because if you listen to the lyrics, it's talking about a pain, right? Ishq tera tadpave. Oh my beloved, I am not able to control my tears because I'm missing you. So that's the lyrics, but if you listen to the melody, it is oh ho ho ho, oh ho ho ho, oh ho ho ho, oh ho ishq tera tadpave. I haven't been to a party. Even now, this song is I think 20-25 years old, but even now this song is played at all the parties. So it's funny because it is about celebrating a painful story. And that is exactly the reason why I sang it today, because I'm going to share my story, which is a painful story, but I'm celebrating that. And that story is about my weight loss. And I can guarantee any one of you who's ever faced a challenge with weight loss will identify with what I'm going to share with you right now. So I started working about 22 years ago, 23 years ago. And one thing that I did was that I stopped taking care of myself and I took my health for granted. And as a consequence of that, I started putting on weight. So at one point in time in my career, my weight reached 130 kilos. Yes, 130 kilos. And just for your reference, when I had passed out from my college, my weight used to be around 80 to 85 kgs. So from 80 kgs to 130 kgs, I made a big leap over the period of 20 to 23 years. It's not that I did not try to lose weight during so many years. I did try several times and I hired a lot of professional help to do it. And I lost weight as well. So there were times I lost 10, 12, even 15 kgs. But somehow I would regain that weight. So there was definitely something wrong in what I was doing. So last year I reflected on what is it that is not working, and I felt there are two things which I'm not doing right, or I wasn't following two principles which I felt were very important for me to lose my weight. And these two principles, by the way, work as well in any walk of life as they did for me in my weight loss. The first thing which I was doing wrong was that every time I would lose some amount of weight, I would start feeling happy, which is very obvious, right? When you lose weight, you feel happy. But because of that happiness, I would stop the rigor. I would not follow the same intensity in terms of my exercise schedule or in my eating regime. And as a consequence of that, I would start to gradually regain weight. Okay, but this is fundamentally against the basic principle which says whatever got you here will not take you forward. I repeat, whatever got you here will not take you forward. You've achieved certain target, certain goal based on certain input or effort that you've done. Now for you to get more output, to reach higher goals, your input has to change. Your effort levels have to change. In my case, I was not even maintaining the effort level that got me here. Leave aside doing something else. So this time I said, okay, whatever got you here will not take you forward, which meant I had to change something about my regime after losing every 5 kilos. So that's what I did. My coach Sumit helped me change my exercise schedule, which did not, by the way, mean that I would spend more time at the gym. I would still spend 45 minutes to an hour in the gym. But, you know, the changes that were done was, for example, I would be pulling more weight. I would reduce the time between two exercises. So I would reduce the break. I would increase the number of repetitions in the same time. Then same with my food. So I would change my food pattern regularly. I would change the timing of when I was having that food regularly. And all of that resulted in me achieving my weight loss. And the second thing that I was doing wrong was that every time I would face a bad patch, which is that I would regain some of the weight that I had lost, I would lose my motivation, right? And this can happen because of several reasons. You had to travel for work, you had gone on a vacation, it was an anniversary or birthday week, and hence you could not adhere to your exercise and food regime, and that would result in you putting on some more weight. And I would get depressed and disappointed in those times because of that regain of weight, and that demotivation would reflect on my subsequent effort. And this kind of was a vicious circle. Because I was demotivated, I would not put in enough effort. Because I'm not putting enough effort, I'm again putting on weight. So again, my coach Sumit would reinforce every time I would go through a bad phase where I put on some weight. He would say, okay, don't worry, stay positive, let's redo, let's restart with the same rigor. And if you come to think of this, these two principles are as relevant and as applicable in any walk of your life as they were for me in my weight loss journey. If you want to move forward in your career, whatever got you here will not take you forward. Similarly, if you had a bad patch in your career, feeling demotivated will not help you move ahead. You will have to accept that setback and move forward. Similarly in relationships, similarly in money, right? Any walk of life, you can apply these two principles. The reason I'm celebrating this today is because today my weight has reached 99.9 kilos. Okay, so below 100 after 20 years. Many of you would be wondering, well, this is not something you should be celebrating, but for someone who struggled with weight for last 2 decades, more than 2 decades, and at one point in time had 130 kilos, this is a big accomplishment. I'm so proud of myself. But this is not my final target. My final target still remains 85 kilos, which means another 15-20 kilos to lose. And I am 100% committed to doing it. And I'm making this video so that I can hold myself accountable. I'm making a public announcement that within next 12 months, I will be back to about 80 to 85 kilos, which is my original weight. And this is my absolute resolve. And I would like to conclude this video with a song which is all about making a resolve for your personal transformation. This song is from the movie Bhaag Milkha Bhaag. So here it goes.